selfies with the police. And from what people thought it's gonna be a brutality between police and baby protesters, it as much that it is a peaceful thing. Police hawapigi vijana, vijana hawapigi police. They are here enjoying and taking selfies, as you can see. Ndio police wanajaribu kuondokea vijana, lakini hao vijana hawaondokei, hawapatii nafasi. So let's see what's happening. Ndio mwingine taking selfie pamoja na vijana. Polisi pia ni binadamu na polisi pia ni vijana. Kuna polisi hapa karibu inuliwe juu. This is not normal in Nairobi. It has never been like this. It has never been like this before. Na jamaa amerilax. Jamaa amerilax, hana mambo mengi. Jamaa amerilax tu.
Mambo inaharibika guys. Tunaona chenye hatujawahi ona siku ya leo. Things on the ground haziko sawa vile. Mambo iko hivyo mnaona.
Ameona tu arudi tu juu sasa, inakaa tamzindikisha baka ndani ya police station. And so guys, kama unavyoona kaka, inakuwa namna gani? Safi.
Masaa yetu ya Kiafrika hapo hivyo.
Yeah, over 9,000 guys watching live, that is on YouTube, and also 3,200 watching live on Facebook. This is Morodi TV, your number one channel. Inakuwa vipi?
Lazima serikali ijue raia tunahitaji freedom. Sio ndio mnatokelezea kwa visi. Kuna protest. Saidi kwa protest kwa free. Lakini wakianza pia gaza basi tunaleta noma. Umeona? So sasa hii wale tuko ina peaceful demonstration. Hatuna vurugu. Lakini wakianza wakileta shida matu pia gas tunalipua. Tuko kwenye masanse wamekuwa mabeste. Hata maskari washakuwa makuzo. Ruto ndio mbaya. Ruto ndio mbaya. Askari hata si wabaya.
Safi. And it's like vijana wameamua kwenda pande ya Central. Lazima wageni. All right, guys, and I'll keep reminding you, if you're watching it on YouTube, tafadhali, imagine hours on watch YouTube was 10,000 live on YouTube. If only you can make a point of subscribing, finger to your subscribe button. Yes, nimeamua kupita juju sasa. Chini najua guys are heading to Central Police Station. Wacha tuone itakuwa namna gani. We have police on one side and we have the youths on the other side. That's the situation in CBD. We are outside Central Police Station, guys. And we still have police doing aerial surveillance. Kwani Mkenya daima? Yes. Guys, it's almost 30 minutes. So, mukumbuke after every 30 minutes tunanunua bundles tafadhali. It's always good to support. Tafadhali. Yes. The number on your screen si ya kupiga simu, ni namba ya kununua bundles tafadhali. Ingia tu kwa simu yako ile kidogo uko nayo kwa simu, tuma tu kwa hiyo namba. Tuone what you can do. We buy bundles for us to continue keeping it live. And thank you for always supporting me. Mimi nawaambia nyinyi ndio mnaekanga bundles. Mkitaka tuendelee kukaa live, nyinyi ndio mnaeka bundles. Mkitaka tutoke, tunatoka tu. So, tafadhali, if you're doing this at your comfort, ni vizuri to support someone else. Number on your screen ndio ya kutuma. Police are having a hard time trying to control the youths maybe from accessing a Central Police Station. So, and guys, Because najua inaweza kuwa noma anytime. Let me try to be on a safer side. So let's see. Let's watch it from here. Na vijana wameweza kufika nje ya Central Police Station. So let's see what's going to happen here, because the police are having a hard time to control them. Let me try to move closer. Let's see if the police will try and address them. Outside Central Police Station, as you can see. Where formed, the police force was formed. We have the white people transitioned to leaders, political leaders and others. So, and protect them against what? Against the other people, who are the majority, who are the ones who do not have authority and power. So, of necessity, the culture of police is that they see everybody else as a potential criminal. You are either a big, powerful person who needs protection, or you are a potential criminal who needs to be kept away from property and from power. No, that is the culture in the training. And I have said this before. Maybe I have not given the proposal to the Kenya National Commission that we need a training in the police called behavior change communication. There are very many experts in this country on behavior change communication that can sort of ingrain the training of police, and even if it's the new ones who are coming in, so that we start that reculturalization, a change of culture, a change of perspective, a change of modus operandi. Citizens are not criminals. I am not predisposed. You know, even the penal code has got provisions that say that if you are walking around, you are potentially going to commit a crime. And that is the outlook that police have. That is
what is that loitering? What they call it?
The vagrancy law. Yeah. So, if it is possible to bring together or to bring up a culture of humane treatment, that I'm a human being first, and therefore only next can I be helped to either access something or get something done, and the police can be able to do that. Then they become facilitative.
as opposed to being prohibitive and oppressive.
Okay.
I think, and that does not have to do with individual, because police, I could have been a policeman, but if I had gone through the kind of training and brainwashing that the police go through in their training, I would not be talking like I am. I had a conversation with the window here as he was leaving earlier, and you can't understand him because the frame of his thinking is totally off. He's totally off from humanity, and I think that's a trading thing. It's a thing about how our policemen and women trained.
Okay.
Because before they are trained, they're usually very good. They're not more like me and you. We can reason together. But now, after that training and the deployment, they become, we have an enmity. Like they start hating you, you start looking like you will commit a crime, and they will not. You know, that's
There are those who would argue not all police are bad, right?
No,
but there is the... Oh, Samson.
No, I don't agree with that, Olives, because, I mean, the narrative of not all police are bad and that we just have a few apples that are bad is also a tired one. Tired in the sense that the few that are bad are doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of killings. They are doing a lot of extrajudicial executions. They are doing a lot of corruption. So the talk is about, can we clean the entire system? And we have the software, we have the hardware for doing that, but we refuse to do it. So it's not that all are bad.
All right, so let me ask you, Wageshi, are there two sets of rules? And I ask,
you know what
Kawive say, that if you're not in power, then you're a potential criminal. And I ask that question because aside from this whole narrative that's been posed as the protesters are the aggressors, you've not seen accountability where the goons that infiltrated the protests on Tuesday is concerned. We've seen a lot of political distancing statements from Johnson Sakaja, but he says known individuals. So has he recorded a statement with police? And then again, you have statements such as Kamket, which are reckless, outrightly reckless statements. And still nobody is calling that out. There's a very loud silence.
Spot on, Olive, and that's what I wanted to really speak to. Kamket makes all these crazy, I don't even know what to call them, pronouncements, and he's saying, we will, how many of you want to go to Nairobi? Oh, you know, let me tell you, from when he's made those statements, there has been zero action, unless he was arrested last night, which I'm not aware of. No one has taken any action whatsoever. So it is true what Kawive is saying. We have two sets of rules. There are rules for those who are, and there are rules for those who are thought to be criminals, to those who will cause, havoc, to those who are rioting. By the way, it's not rioting. And I want us to look at these pictures because they really mean a lot. You can see people, look at all this audience. They have zero weapon. From where I sit, I have not seen a single weapon with the protesters. They are carrying placards and showing them. They have a national flag, patriotic, that they have tied on their on parts of their bodies, and they are chanting because it's a memory that they are making. There's not a single one of them who's carrying a weapon. Now, you're faced by police who are well equipped. You have seen the trucks, you've seen, they're armed. So when it comes to managing law and order, and allow me to quickly read some of the do's and are provided for the police know these do's and don'ts. One of the things is crowd management and the need for de-escalation. The Public Order Management Act says...
Okay, so before you get into the do's and don'ts, I just want us to get a sense of what the mood is out there. Let's just listen a little bit and listen to the natural sound. sounds coming out of Mombasa. A lot of what we had. Remember on June 18th, the We Are Peaceful chants.
Yeah.
Maybe Wakili should advise them we are peaceable. But you're talking about the do's and don'ts.
And that's why, that's an important clip that we have seen. So some of the do's and don'ts say use nonviolent methods to manage and de-escalate situations to avoid unnecessary force. The police are trained on how to de-escalate. And all they need to do is calm the crowd and also detect.
Guys, we're trying to move away from the so-called tear gas, as you can see.
People who are infiltrating and who are the peaceful protesters.
For always supporting what you do. In the meantime, I'll try to find my way out of this area so that maybe I can join the other protesters. We see what is happening in the big city of Nairobi. But in the meantime, continue sharing, continue liking, continue subscribing, continue following. That is on YouTube. That is MAANDAMANO TV on YouTube, MAANDAMANO TV digital on Facebook. This is the only channel that will always make sure that you're posted and also updated on whatever is happening in our big city.
Access to medical aid
and
to anyone
Kamakawa, your super host, Jeff.
Allow lawyers to access clients in custody where
Fasi. Hii ni kakali watu wangu.
official uniform. Be identifiable in badge number to promote accountability. Maintain records of all enforcement actions and provide transparency to the public. Respect and protect people's rights and individuals to express their views and assemble peacefully. So all these are provided for in law, and there are also do's and don'ts for the public. But some of the don'ts for the police: don't use excessive force in such as unlawful use of tear gas and rubber bullets. Don't obstruct medical personnel from performing their duties. Don't infringe on the rights of journalists and monitors. Those who are monitoring. Those are some of the do's and don'ts, right? The public also has their do's and don'ts. Give the notification. By the way, you're not supposed to be asking for permission to hold a protest. You just give a notification that we'll be going to protest and pass our petition on this day. We will use the following routes. And, the times are between 6 and 6. That is what is provided in law. So back to the question.
appeared to be very ready for their death.
Around, condoning 6 to 6 is actually the time that the law provides for in terms of protest. So if there was to be any condoning, it should have closed at 6, and 6 in the evening they can condone if they want to.
What does that speak about this particular country? And the government had stated that yes, Kenyans have a right,
but it shouldn't be an open condoning. So in regards to
an armed assemble and demonstrate, today we are seeing the city, it's like there's a curfew or something.
What is happening today, and just going back to our clarion call, the police service, as we call it, is supposed to be automation.
Article 37 is the same government that today has locked down the city.
For water. And I do agree, protect the business, protect the protesters. We all have rights. But today, let's not digress and start talking about anything.
I can understand as a parent why these children are angry.
Going to cause violence.
Else, including the politicians. Today, let it be a day to commemorate the memories of those who lost their lives. The memories.
It's not able to lead this country.
After, and in our case, actually 2 years.
We have had people who can lead this country. It doesn't have to be the president anyway.
Nothing has happened.
And you can't lead
William Ruto
of those who were abducted, tortured for days on end, in a lot of pain. Yesterday, I listened to Bob Jagge, I listened to the Long-Term Brothers, I listened to a lot of survivors who are expressing.
Thank you.
Perhaps, Excellency.
And therefore, no sympathy for them. They are rightfully
you had spoken earlier, but please.
Angry. But we want to plead with them because we have seen some of those social posts.
Their pain. Let us give them their day. It's just one day. One day to commemorate, to lay their... At least I have poured myself out. We do a lot of psychosocial supporters. IMLU and a lot of our other organizations. This is a very important part of the healing process. Let us ensure
itiagas bado natufuata nyuma. Yani
sure that they get this. There has been zero accountability. And we are going to go back to the question of accountability, and Samson has spoken a lot about that question.
Okay. So let me bring in Wakili.
Okay.
At this point, how do we build that confidence between the police and the public? Because as much as Wangeshi has told us the do's and don'ts, when you look at Boniface Kariuki, what didn't he do?
Yeah. Did nothing.
Wakili.
Yeah, I think I'm now happy that we have moved away from
kupita labda utembee mguu. Sasa imebidi niache huko na nikiokolea maji
that we should deal with.
Mazee.
Haya safi, tuendelee na kazi. The issue of karaoke is quite sad, just like the issue of the victims of police brutality. There is it can never be acceptable that should be injured or die in the streets because of going out to protest. And I agree with my colleagues on the procedures the police should use in de-escalation. And I'm hoping that we can be able to train our policemen on this. And the reason why I say this, I was an activist from a very young age.
Junior, famous Junior. Okay, mimi ni mjenzi. Achana mimi ni comrade. Okay, mimi nimekama hapa hivi leo ku protest kwa sababu hii gava actually imetufinyilia.
And one day we protested and went to the PPO, then was called Grace Kaindi. She later became, I think, the deputy DG. Yes. Yeah. And when I went to her and we presented a petition, and we asked why is the Mariam, there was a lorry called the Mariam, raiding our neighborhood every Friday and Saturday and arresting every young person. Why is police shooting at us in the streets? Madam Kaindi told me, and I still remember that Nyamuri, I agree with you fully on what you are saying. That is what we should do. However, the problem is that what we are doing is what we were trained at Kiganjo. So every OCS is expected and trained that he must at least once in a week or so carry out raids. Okay? So what am I saying? We need a whole system change. Kaindi was actually telling me that you need to go to Kiganjo and change the curriculum. You get my point? While that was many years ago, it speaks to the problem that we have. And so I would want us to join together, because some of these entities that we actually even condemn, we have human rights defenders who have moved into them, and they are facing challenges from within. We need to support them. We need to understand the challenges. For instance, IPOA, Samson's CEOs sit in IPOA. I know, for instance, that a lady that we have worked with in human rights work under kituo cha sheria, that is Dr. Annette Mbogo, sits in IPOA. We need to sit down with them, understand what are the challenges, how can we then support them. But when we then take the entire IPOA and condemn it as a body that should not even exist, we as people who are in the civil society, how other people going there? What do we expect them to do? There must be a problem. Why they are not effective where they were, while they were effective where we are now. What I'm saying is that as a country, we need this opportunity, and June 25th gives us an opportunity to think about it. And I'm calling about people. Let's think about police brutality in the last 1 year. If we talk about it in the last 1 year,
big yo. Independent 60 years, tuliambiwa ni self-rule. Billions on billions, tunaibiwa na the same crooks, tunalipa madeni. Hizo ndio ma-excuse, ini generation Z. Tuwezi make the same moves, occupy parliament, twende maandamano. Tribeless, partyless, hiyo ndo the killing us for protest, si bado tuna march on. RIP to our heroes, washa candles. Haki wengao na mlinzi, nionyeshe politician gani mwenye simu hizi. Sunday wako church.
We have a youth bank that, if not properly handled, can be a time bomb that can blow this country to pieces.
This is Hendrik Sam.
Wanadhania si bongo lala, ikikupita we bongo lala, na walosema jana iwezi fika leo, tuko ground tunazoza. Ajiji kumewaka sana, na mabistu wanachafua rada, na walosema jana iwezi fika leo, tuko ground tunazoza. Hakuna mboga, peleke shuleni watasoma, madaktari wamegoma, hapa sani Yesu atatuponya. Wambie punda imechoka sana, farasi